I've played my fair share of roguelites on this channel, most of which on a show I call Games You Should Play, which I haven't really done in a while. But that's okay because that just means I've been putting more effort into my videos. For the most part. I've mostly played roguelites on Games You Should Play because, well, I really like them. And today's game is no exception. But instead of putting out a low-effort, unscripted video, I thought I'd actually get off my butt and write something to say about Wizard of Legend. It's for the Nintendo Switch. Wizard of Legend is a roguelite dungeon crawler and is the first game from a new developer called Contingent 99, which is a team of two high school buddies, and that's just pretty cool. The game was kickstarted in 2016, reaching over $72,000 out of its $50,000 goal. Well, nearly 2 years later, the game is now out for the PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, and, that other one. But was it worth the wait? Well, I mean, I didn't kickstart it, but I think so. The game begins in one of the most unique ways I've ever seen for a roguelite. You stroll around a museum learning about the history of wizards, talking to NPCs, all while learning the basic mechanics of the game. You'll learn all kinds of different spells like dashes, strikes, arcanas, and signature spells, which work a lot like regular arcanas, but once the blue meter in the top left is filled, they unleash an even stronger, more devastating version of the spell. Unfortunately, this tutorial teaches you only the basic mechanics of the game, and the rest you'll need to figure out. Some may like this lack of handholding, while others may be turned off. Anyway, things in the museum get pretty crazy when the medallion starts glowing, and suddenly you're transported to a mysterious room where you're greeted by some talking furniture, Beauty and the Beast style.
Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest.
Stepping outside, you realize you've been transported back in time to take on the wizard trials for real. The trial is made up of 3 different procedurally generated dungeons, each with 2 main floors where you'll explore until you find and defeat that floor's mini-boss. These mini-bosses are tough, but given enough time and patience, you can take them down fairly easily if you have enough health left by the time you find them. The 3rd floor of each dungeon is where you'll find one of 3 main bosses, and boy are they a different story. Not only are these wizards way tougher, but I mean, just look at those attacks. Devastating, sure, but man, if these aren't some of the most beautiful spells in the game. Through your time in the dungeons, you'll earn 2 different currencies. Gold is used to buy spells and relics for use in that specific run, but once you die, they're gone. Gems are used in the town to permanently purchase these same relics and spells, as well as various brightly colored robes. Relics and robes give you permanent buffs while you have them equipped, such as increased stats, helpful damage dealing sprites, and so on. Spells are where the real meat of the game comes into play. You have 6 different elements to choose from: fire, water, lightning, earth, air, and chaos, each with their own wide selection of various attacks like basic fireballs, rock fists, lightning strikes, flame dragons, rock shields, and so on and so on. Really, the amount of spells in this game is pretty impressive. And you'll need these impressive spells at your disposal because this game is nothing to sneeze at. Like most roguelites out there, it's pretty difficult. If you don't quite know what you're doing, it'll probably be a while before you end up getting very far. Like me. The enemies are tough, and while they don't exactly deal a lot of damage, you will find yourself outnumbered and overwhelmed pretty quickly. And before you know it, you're pretty dead. Just really super dead. Kinda like when you go to Target and you're like, how did I spend $80? I came here for soap. Yeah, that damage adds up pretty fast, bro. Or you could just be like me and be really bad at the game and fall down pits a lot. I suck. With all this game can throw at you, you'll want to throw back as much as possible. When I first started playing the game, I thought it seemed like some of the enemies took way too long to kill. Well, as it turns out, that's kind of the point. The main idea behind the combat is to constantly be throwing out spells, performing combos to do as much damage as possible. As you earn enough gems to permanently unlock spells from the merchant in town, it becomes much easier to tweak your loadout of spells to account for cooldown times, elemental damage, etc. And man, going from this to this is so satisfying. But not quite as satisfying as doing a full-speed Naruto run in a horse mask as you destroy a merchant's shop. Okay, maybe that's just me. Comboing spells for faster kills not only makes you feel more powerful after getting your butt handed to you in previous runs, but it also just looks cool. Unfortunately, these good looks at times also lead to frame rate issues. I'm playing the game on the Nintendo Switch, and in both handheld and docked mode, when the spells really start flying, it's pretty common to lose some frames from time to time. These frame rate issues are minor, but they can definitely be a noticeable distraction. Another issue I personally have with the game is that the relics, robes, and spells you can purchase in town have no descriptions before you buy them. Maybe this is intended as an extra layer of challenge, maybe it's made that way since you can randomly encounter these relics and spells in the dungeon and learn what they do there. Either way, it would be nice to know what you're getting into before dropping some of your hard-earned gems. Maybe a future patch could address this if the developer chooses to do so, and maybe the frame rate issue could be patched out as well. Either way, neither of these issues are big enough of a hindrance to not recommend this game. On the Switch, it's perfect for playing in handheld mode in short bursts, or in longer sessions if you're really getting into it like I have been. Or, you know, you could buy it on one of those other platforms. Whatever. If you're into roguelites with a heap of challenge, a bit of a grind, and difficult bosses, I really couldn't recommend this game enough. Oh, also there's co-op. It's pretty cool. So there it is, Wizard of Legend for the Nintendo Switch, or wherever else you might choose to buy it. You know, I feel like this video has been pretty straightforward and I haven't done anything stupid or silly in this one. Hang on one second. Here I am, Mr. Funny Portly Gamer, back at it again with the stupid costumes and whatnot. Alakazoo and some such. Like, comment, and subscribe. What am I doing with my life?